Good evening. It's Facebook Love 127. A friend counted for me today. I've been thinking it was like 160 some days since we've been sheltering in at home and keeping distant from each other. It's actually 156 days, and I believe it's 22 weeks. 22 weeks. A couple interesting things. We have less than 80 days to go till the election. It has been 100 years since women's suffrage, and it took almost 100 years for women to get the vote, so that's a big deal. I find that I feel off kilter a lot because of all this pandemic stuff and school, no school, work at home, work at the office, on and on. Can we see our friends? Can we not see our friends? I watched quite a bit of the Democratic Convention last night, the early part and then the end, and found my hope rising and glimmering, and yet I'm still stressed, and yet today is so beautiful. So I looked for something that would make me laugh. I want to read a poem by T.S.Elliot, who is from St. Louis, Missouri, and wrote some very famous sort of doom and gloom poems, but he also wrote the Book of Practical Cats. And I have a house full of cats, and they make me laugh, and I love them. So today I would like to read one of my favorites by T.S. Eliot. Let me turn that computer down. It's always making noise this time of day. So this poem by T.S. Eliot, who was born in 1888, is called Macavity, the Mystery Cat. It's rather long, but he's rather comical. Also, if you like musicals, the musical Cats is based on the poems by T.S. Eliot. Sometimes people get mixed up and think that it was C.S. Lewis who wrote those poems just because of the names being a little bit similar, but no, it's an American. Macavity. Macavity's a mystery cat. He's called the Hidden Paw, for he's the master criminal who can defy the law. He's the bafflement of Scotland Yard, the flying squad's despair, for when they reach the scene of crime, Macavity's not there. Macavity, Macavity, there's no one like Macavity. He's broken every human law. He breaks the law of gravity. His powers of levitation would make a facker stare. And when you reach the scene of crime, Macavity's not there. You may seek him in the basement. You may look up in the air. But I tell you once and once again, Macavity's not there. Macavity's a ginger cat. He's very tall and thin. You would know him if you saw him, for his eyes are sunken in. His brow is deeply lined with thought. His head is highly domed. His coat is dusty from neglect. His whiskers are uncombed. He sways his head from side to side with movements like a snake. And when you think he's half asleep, he's always wide awake. Macavity, Macavity, there's no one like Macavity, for he's a fiend in feline shape, a monster of depravity. You may meet him in a by-street, you may see him in the square, but when a crime's discovered, then Macavity's not there. He's outwardly respectable. They say he cheats at cards, and his footprints are not found in any file of Scotland Yards. And when the larder's looted, or the jewel case is rifled, or when the milk is missing, or another peak's been stifled, or the greenhouse glass is broken, and the trellis past repair, aye, There's the wonder of the thing. Macavity's not there. Or when the Foreign Office find a treaty's gone astray, or the Admiralty lose some plans and drawings by the way, there may be a scrap of paper in the hall or on the stair, but it's useless to investigate. Macavity's not there. And when the loss has been disclosed, the Secret Service say, it must have been Macavity, but he's a mile away. You'll be sure to find him resting, or a licking of his thumb, or engaged in doing complicated long division sums. Macavity, Macavity, there's no one like Macavity. There never was a cat of such deceitfulness and suavity. He always has an alibi and one or two to spare. At whatever time the deed took place, Macavity wasn't there. And they say that all the cats whose wicked deeds are widely known, I might mention Mungo Jerry, I might mention Griddlebone, are nothing more than agents for the cat who all the time just controls their operations. The Napoleon of crime. Macavity, the Mystery Cat, by T.S.Elliot. Because we just have to take a break. This is Facebook Love, number 127, and I'll see you again.